All right, here we go. FBG Young, welcome to VladTV.
What's going on, bro? Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, man, we'll be doing a lot of FBG interviews over time. Only right to have you on here.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. It's our first time here. Let's start at the beginning. So, where were you born?
Chicago.
What part?
The low end.
Okay.
The low end of Chicago.
And then around 11 years old, you moved to 63rd?
Yeah, around that time.
Okay. Grew up with both parents, one parent?
Both parents.
Okay. So why'd you guys move to 63rd?
Just moving. We moved all over the place.
Okay. So when you moved to 63rd, did anything change?
Oh, no. Nothing but school and friend-wise.
Okay. And Dutchie, that was the first person you met?
Yeah.
You guys hit it off?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we met like anybody, regular people, like regular kids meet in the neighborhood when you new in the neighborhood. First you see it start off with the press. And if you don't go, you might make it to a friend group in the neighborhood.
Okay. And from what I understand, around that time, you guys started getting some trouble, getting into fights.
Who, me and Dutchie?
Well, no, not you and Dutchie, but you and Dutchie against some other kids.
Probably not around that exact time, but yeah, later on, yeah.
Okay. I mean, what do you think was causing the fights back then?
Just being teenage boys.
Okay. Did it ever get serious?
No, not really.
Not during that time?
No, not really.
Okay. And you talked about at one point you started stealing cars?
Stealing cars?
Yeah.
No, I ain't never really stolen no cars.
No?
I probably found the car key and stole it, but I ain't never really stolen no cars. Like, my friends probably was stealing cars.
Okay. So then around 13 you met FBG Duck?
Yeah, probably 12, 13, yeah.
Okay. And what was that like in the beginning?
See, meeting Duck was probably like different. Cause he was like, we already knew it. He came as like a cousin. We already knew his family. So like, it wasn't like the press in the neighborhood type shit. And like Duck different. Like everybody loved Duck. So everybody first meeting Duck, they just cling to him.
Yeah, you said he was a ladies' man. Everybody liked him.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you know Brick as well?
Yeah.
Because Brick was older, right?
I met Brick later on. Like I ain't even know, cause he was locked up. I ain't know that Duck had an older brother for a minute.
Okay. So by this time, you know Dutchie and you know Duck, and you guys started FBG together?
Yeah.
Okay, and for those that don't know what FBG stands for?
Flyboy Gang.
Why that name?
I don't know. Really just thinking we was putting it on at the time.
Okay, and Duck was the first rapper in that crew?
Probably, you could say. Like, he's the first one that like made a real song.
Okay. And did he already have songs by the time you guys met, or after you met, he started working on music?
Yeah, after we met, he started like making the song.
And you guys started off with diss songs?
Like Friendly did something. Well, not really started off, but yeah, that's probably like I could say what started off the group. Yeah.
Okay, because you talked about there's another crew called GMB.
Yeah.
What did that stand for?
I don't know what it stands for. What, Get Money Boys, I think? I assume.
Yeah, that's what I was guessing too. Okay, and you guys started dissing them on songs?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Were they dissing you guys back? Or?
Yeah, vice versa. But it's really like friendly stuff. We might let each other hit, trying to see who make the best songs.
Okay, so it wasn't no real animosity.
Yeah, for sure. We went to the same school. They was in the same class. I was the youngest, so
okay.
Duck and Dutchie was in the same class, you know.
Okay, so were you rapping during this time?
Yeah.
Okay, so did Duck kind of influence you to start rapping?
Yeah, for sure. To like take it, like to motivated me to like go to the studio. I was shy at the time.
Right, because you talked about how Duck was more of a battle rapper, but Dutchie was more of a freestyler.
Yeah. Dutchie do the battle rapper too, but like Dutchie real good with like freestyle.
Okay. I mean, during that time, did you guys think that you would take this seriously, or is this was just something you guys were doing?
Yeah, for sure. We had a whole group taking it serious since day one.
When did you guys start going to the studio?
See, I don't know. Like, for me, I was like start recording myself before I really hit the studio. But Duck already he had songs he made at DJ Ken.
Mm-hmm.
So stuff like that. So I can't really tell. Me recording myself, I was probably like 5th grade.
Okay. So you guys are growing up. When did you get to know D-Thing?
D-Thing?
Yeah.
See, like, it's like, I ain't really know him. It's like I knew of him type stuff. Like, yeah, so it's probably like 2011, 10.
Okay, because you talked about at one point you got into a situation with him.
Yeah.
He pulled a gun on you.
That's what somebody said, yeah.
Okay. So allegedly, he pulled a gun on you.
Nah, he ain't never pulled a gun on me.
Oh, so that story's not true?
That ain't true, nah.
Okay, so why did people spread that story?
People got a hard time. They got a problem with telling the truth. The person who told that story, it could be a true situation, and he'll just add a lot of things to it that make the story untrue.
Who told the story?
Who told the story? Where you get the information from?
Trenches News?
Oh, nah. See, Butta told the story.
Butta told the story?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when did you get to meet Butta?
Probably around that time, 2010 or something.
Okay, so by this point, the group was you, Duck, Dutchie, and then Butta?
A little later on, yeah, Butta was, he was a member. He had a number.
Lil JoJo was around during this time.
Yeah.
Did you guys get along, or?
For sure.
Okay, because Butta told a story that there was a situation where you guys got jumped or something like that.
Yeah.
You talk about that?
That ain't true neither.
Not true?
Not true.
Okay.
I met JoJo going to school in his neighborhood. I started off messing with Lil Mister. You know Lil Mister?
Yeah.
I started off messing with him, and he introduced me to JoJo. And JoJo was already like inboxing us on Facebook. And we weren't never responding or not seeing his messages. So when I linked with him, we just clinged, and I just started messing with JoJo instead of messing with Lil Mister.
Okay.
But I never got into like no altercations with JoJo at all.
Okay, so you're telling me these stories that Butta's been saying.
Fake.
Okay. So Tuka was around during this time. Did you know him personally?
Yeah.
How close were you guys?
It's close.
Okay, real close, or?
It's close. You and the guy, real friend.
Okay, so tell me about Tuka from your perspective.
Cool, funny, ladies man. What he thought he was a ladies man. More so he want to fight. He'll like to fight, and he keep a pocket knife or something. He'll stab you or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then in 2011, Tuka gets killed.
Yeah.
You guys were the same age, right? 15?
I think I was probably like a year younger than him, probably.
Okay. When you found out about the situation, how'd you feel?
I was hurt. Cause like growing up as a friend, like or having friends, that was our first loss. I never had a friend that to die. So like it was heartbroken.
Okay, so that was the first person that you were close to that ended up getting murdered.
Like as a friend my age who I hung with, yeah.
Okay, you went to the funeral?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you found out it happened, I mean, how did it make you feel? I mean, I know you were hurt, but did you feel like, I don't know, because ultimately there's always stories about that, but no one's ever been convicted for his murder, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel like, without naming any names, do you feel like you know who did it?
Nah,
So it's just a total mystery right now.
for sure.
Okay. Tuka gets killed. And about a year later, Chief Keef starts to blow up.
Yeah, probably.
Did you know Chief Keef before he actually, started to buzz like that?
Nah, I ain't really know him. I seen him before, like, yeah, seen him a couple times.
Okay, but you never had a conversation, right?
Yeah, I had a conversation.
Okay, but you guys weren't close or anything else like that. Okay. Because you talked about how FBG Duck and Chief Keef actually used to hang out in the studio together and used to smoke, but they never actually worked on any music.
Nah, I talked about one time I was at Duck crib, man. Duck, you was smoking, I wasn't smoking. So I used to dip out the crib, go down the street, probably buy some weed and smoke. And Keef was there, and they was smoking.
Okay, but there was no friction at that point.
Nah.
Okay, because at one point you said that Duck and E-Day, they're the ones who really started drill.
I said I feel like they started the whole, what y'all call drill, the back and forth era, yeah.
Okay, because at the time, when Chief Keef started to buzz, was Duck, he was rapping, but was he like putting out drill music at that point or no?
Nah, not really.
Okay, because Chief Keef, when he starts to blow, he really starts to blow. Like, Don't Like comes out and becomes like the biggest thing ever.
Yeah.
Love Sosa, biggest thing ever. And although you had Chicago rappers for a while, you had Twista and you had Common and of course Kanye, but like suddenly there was this big spotlight on Chicago with Chief Keef. And you even said that, he's the godfather of drill.
I said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably is.
But with that, came the disses. And I think on that first album when he said smoking Tuka, right? The whole smoking of your enemies, was that done before Chief Keef started doing it? I'd heard some stories about certain songs here and there, but was that something you guys were doing at all?
I don't think so. Probably was though, but like that's something we weren't doing. It wasn't something known in the neighborhoods or the area.
Okay, so suddenly you have this rapper who's gotten huge, and on his album he's talking about smoking your dead friend. How did that make you feel?
At the time, it had us going crazy. You couldn't play it. We couldn't ride past playing that. You couldn't play it in a party. Nothing. And it got to a point where just like, it got so big, it's like, you just can't play certain songs.
Yeah. I think you said that you'd bust out car windows if they were playing Chief Keef songs?
Yeah, it was
that serious?
It was times people got their car windows bust out.
Okay. And you said that, you crossed paths with him, a couple times after the whole beef started.
No, I don't think that was probably like during the same time, because he came out of nowhere with the whole smoking Tuka thing. So
okay.
Yeah.
So when you saw him after he came out with that, what happened?
I don't think that was probably out there. Okay, at that time he only had like what's the song that was big to us, that Bang. He had Bang and stuff like that. So the other different spectral songs ain't really came out to after. So it was like he was just, cause the times I seen him, he had Bang, he was doing that on 55th and Blackgate. That's where I lived at. See, when I said that, people thought I was saying that like I was seeing them and I was living in next to O Block or something. Now he was on a whole nother area.
Did you know Lil JoJo?
Yeah.
So Lil JoJo is getting hot around the same time, and he drops the song BDK, which stands for Black Disciple Killer.
That's what it stands for?
That's what it stands for.
I never knew that.
Okay. Now, people would say that back and forth. BDK, GDK. Like, I understand this is a whole back and forth thing in Chicago. But no one really came out with a song like that, with that being the title and it being kind of an anthem for a certain group of people.
Yeah, for sure.
When you first heard BDK, what did you think?
I ain't really think too much of it. I'm like, at first, I ain't know it was gonna get as big as it got. So I just really ain't think the song was too raw until I seen the video. Now I seen the video, I'm like, oh, he on to some shit. He all type of shit in here I ain't even really seen people with. They got shoulder straps and so then I knew it was gonna get big, especially at the time. So I'm like, yeah, shit might get wild after this.
Do you think it was gonna be a problem?
Not really. I just knew it was gonna divide a lot of people in the city.
Okay. Because then Lil JoJo gets killed.
Yeah.
How did that affect you?
It's fucked up. Just having a friend that just died, and at the same time just seeing somebody just not reach his full potential.
Right, because by this time you lose Tuka and you lose JoJo.
Yeah.
When JoJo gets killed, I remember Chief Keef went on Twitter and kind of like laughed at it and stuff like that. I remember you saying, "Oh, he tried to be us, and now look at him," or something.
Yeah.
How'd that make you feel when you saw that?
Keef wasn't really nobody like in the streets, so it ain't really making me feel no type of way. Yeah. He was a goofy in the streets.
You know, I remember after Chief Keef blew up, he moved out of Chicago. And you didn't really see him back until recently when he did that big concert.
Yeah.
And I personally think that was smart. I think if Keef had stayed in Chicago, I don't think he'd still be around. At the level that he was functioning, at the way he was dissing people and how hugely popular he was, I don't think he'd be around.
That was a smart move.
Yeah.
Especially looking at how everything played out.
Right. Like, look at how many people have died.
Yeah.
Even in his own crew. Like, I remember I interviewed his cousin, Big Low, a couple days before he died. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these people around him were getting killed. So I think it was extremely smart.
And they was getting killed while he already made that move. They all made that move already.
Yeah. You got shot a few times.
Yeah.
The first time that you got shot, was it you around 18 years old?
I'm bad with time frame. Probably. Yeah, I was probably like 19.
19.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first situation, what happened?
First situation, I got shot on my back. Nothing, just being hanging in the neighborhood. Somebody come through shooting.
So you're just hanging out with your friends.
Yeah.
Then a car drives by, opens fire.
Yeah.
And you get hit in the back.
Yeah.
One bullet?
Yeah.
What part of your back?
Like right under, like my middle back, like in the middle type shit. And this was crazy because JoJo had just died too. And he got shot one time in the back. So as I'm running, and I probably ran like a block, and I knew I was shot. And I'm thinking in my head like, JoJo situation.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the first time you've ever gotten shot.
Yeah.
And you're thinking you're gonna die.
No, not really. Just that was the only thing that made me thinking that it was possible I could have died. I had no feeling that I was gonna die in anything. Like,
well, I mean, getting shot in the back, close to your spine.
Yeah.
Even if you don't die, you could end up in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
You know,
I was thinking that too. Like, should I stop running or fuck myself up? Because I was feeling fine, but I'm like, I might fuck myself up trying to keep running and shit.
Okay, so you get shot, you run a block, and then do you go to the hospital by yourself, or?
I end up bumping heads and on the next block to one of the guys dead. I jumped in the car with him. He took me to the hospital.
So you go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And when it comes to a shooting, the police get involved.
Yeah.
So what, the cops show up?
Yeah.
In your hospital room?
Yeah.
And they start asking you what happened?
See, when they show up in the hospital room, you can spin them like, you know, you getting surgery and all that, so you really can't talk to them type shit. So they might show up probably a week or something later when they think you good or something. They really try to question to see what happened.
Okay, and when they questioned you, what happened?
They asked what happened. Somebody come through shooting. I don't know what happened. Didn't see him.
That was that. I mean, you're the victim, so it's not like you can get charged with anything.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, without naming any names, do you know who did it?
Nah.
Does that bother you?
Nah. Cause I understand what I be having going on. It's like, it can happen. It's just like being an entertainer. It just happens. Somebody can not like you and you're not aware of it. You can go out and be in harm's way. That's like the same situation.
I mean, did it make you feel different about being outside like that or hanging out in certain areas?
No, not really. Just more of what though?
Yeah, you could be aware, but if a car comes out of nowhere and...
Yeah, but at the same time, a lot of that is really out of your hands. So it really be like, it is what it is when you out here.
It's out of your hands, but being in certain areas that are hot, it's much more likely to happen than if you're in your house or if you're in LA or some other shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is and it isn't.
Yeah.
Like, when you got shot that day, did other people get shot as well?
Nah.
You were the only one that got hit?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that it was meant for you?
Nah, he's just shit. Shooting at the whole crowd. It was probably like about 5, 6 of us out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then you got shot again?
Yeah, probably like 2 years later.
Okay. What was that situation about?
The same things. Being on the block, hanging out on the block, somebody come through shooting.
Same
thing.
situation.
Yeah.
And you get hit in the back again?
Nah, I actually got hit in my hip,
Okay.
my groin.
Did anyone else get hit?
Yeah.
How many more people got hit?
It was just me and another guy.
Okay. So now you've been shot a second time.
Yeah, feeling like a fucking goof.
When you said that when you got shot in the hip, that was like the worst pain you went through.
Yeah. Yeah, but I took it like a G, because I went like, when I got shot, the other person got shot in the stomach. So he was like, I was laying next to him and he was like going crazy. So that like calmed me down. So I was looking at him like, oh yeah, he tripping. So I ain't want to be tripping too. So I was cool until I actually like, they tried to pick me up, because my leg and my hip, the bone that hold my leg and my hip together, that's what they shot through. So that's gone. And so it's like when they pick me up, I just feel like my legs is scraping. Felt crazy. I felt everything.
Wow. Okay. I mean, do you think you're going to lose your leg or lose your ability to walk?
Nah, I just knew that motherfucker was broke. And they weren't handling me right. They just letting that motherfucker, all type of shit.
Okay. So they take you to the hospital again?
Yeah.
Then you get surgery.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Police come again.
Yeah.
And then you tell them the same thing? This situation, do you know who did it?
Nah.
Okay. We'll leave it at that. I mean, after being outside, like, okay, the 2 times you got shot, were you in a similar area?
Yeah, I was on the next block over.
The next block over, both times?
Yeah.
Okay, so the second time you got shot, did you just think, listen, man, I need to stop hanging out like this. Like, I'm going to die one day because, I mean, you got lucky both times.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, if you think about the way a bullet flies, a little bit over, someone holds the gun a little bit different, that goes in your head, that goes in your spine, that goes in your heart. I mean, to walk away from two shootings is extreme luck.
Only thing that was going through my head at the time was just be like, not more so like I gotta stop hanging around here, just more so like, all right, God, it's my second chance he gave me. So you either gonna get in that studio and take something serious.
Did you think about moving away at that point?
Nah.
Why not?
All my friends here, all the guys here, this is everything I know. Well, I'm gonna move away and be what? Do what?
Man, listen.
Go get a job, work a 9 to 5 and tuck out somewhere?
Nah, you could go to, if you're into hip hop, there's lots of places that do hip hop. Seriously.
Nah, see, this how I feel. I feel like we is like big YouTube artists. So at that time, leaving the scenery wouldn't been a smart move.
You see artists go into other regions and do well.
They be big at that time. I don't feel like I was...
Not necessarily, man. A lot of people just link up with the right people, take that shit seriously.
Yeah, for sure.
Hook up with the right producer. Chicago was hot, so a lot of people want to work with Chicago artists. So, for example, moving to Atlanta, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the hot Atlanta producers like, all right, cool, get in the studio with me. Let's see what we got.
Atlanta, I don't really too much care for Atlanta because it's a lot going on down there.
A lot going on in Chicago, though.
Yeah, but it's my people's here.
Okay, I feel you. K.I., how well did you know her?
You said how well?
Yeah.
She was one of the guys. I knew her for a minute. Probably grew up with her. I went to school with her.
Okay. Tuka gets killed, and K.I. took it really personally.
That's what they say on the internet.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I mean, it can be. All of us took it very personal. It was our first loss.
Well, and this is where sort of the mystery behind K.I. starts.
Yeah.
They say that Odie Perry got killed by her in revenge for Tuka's death.
Yeah, who say that? The internet.
The internet.
Yeah.
At this point, no one will know if it's true or not. Because all the players, you're saying that's not true?
Yeah, that ain't true.
Okay, how do you know it's not true?
I just know that's not true.
So did you have conversations with her about that?
No.
Okay. And she's gone at this point, so it's not like we're snitching on anyone or anything else like that. Everyone's gone in this situation. Because there is a lot of mystery around her. They say that she allegedly killed up to 20 people.
That's aggressive.
Yeah.
You asking me if that's true or not? It's not true.
It's not true.
Nah, it's not true. I don't think it's true.
Do you think that she killed anybody?
Nah.
Really?
Yeah.
So this whole, the female assassin of O Block, you're saying it's all just fairy tales?
I don't believe none of these dudes killed nobody.
Okay. Well, she's not a dude. She's a female.
You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
Okay, so you don't think, but I feel like she was playing up that image while she was alive, right?
Yeah. I feel like she was just feeding off. See, Lil Jay had a thing where he was calling Butta and K.I. the twin that made O Block. So she was just feeding off that clout. Just kept running with it.
Right. Well, what was her Twitter name at that time?
I don't remember.
Wasn't it like something assassin?
Or female assassin, I think.
Yeah, it was something like that. So
Taekwon assassin.
Taekwon assassin.
Yeah.
There we go. Taekwon assassin.
Yeah.
So it's not like she was saying, "Oh no, this isn't true. I'm just a regular."
Yeah, but you gotta think about the time. At the time, that's when everything really popped off. So everybody was trying to get what they can out.
Well, then in 2014, she gets killed.
Yeah.
Butta was there. He gets shot.
Yeah.
When you found out about that death, how did it affect you?
I was there. I was like down the street.
Oh, you were down the street?
Yeah.
So you heard the gunshots?
Yeah, and then I ran down there.
So you saw her when she was still alive?
Yeah.
Okay, did you try to talk to her or anything?
No, the police was there at the time. They wouldn't let us get too close.
Okay, so you show up to the shooting scene. Police had got it taped off.
They was trying to. At that time, they was about to tape it off. So they was really just like pushing people back.
Okay. Because from what I understand, she was still alive. It's not like she died instantly. She was still alive. Yeah. I think by the time the ambulance came, I think she passed shortly afterwards.
Yeah, she was still sitting on the porch.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you see Butta there as well?
I had bumped into Butta as we running down there. He was running towards the corner.
Right, because he got shot.
He got shot in like a knee.
Yeah, the knee.
Yeah.
Did he say anything as he was walking by, or?
I'm shocked. I'm hit.
I'm shot.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Butta's shot. K.I. is lying there, dying.
She was still sitting on the porch like this, like I'm sitting in the chair. She was still sitting up like this.
Wow. But then she passes away.
Yeah.
Okay. So now multiple people that you know are dying around you. And still you're not thinking about moving or anything else like that.
I still live with my mama and my daddy at this time. Well, I can't move unless they moving.
Well, you're, what, 18, 19 at the time?
Yeah.
You're an adult. You could do whatever you want.
I'm still in their house.
You could get on a Greyhound.
And go where?
You could go anywhere.
Start it off what?
Man, listen, I moved.
I don't think we don't do too much stuff like that. We don't start off and you get on the Greyhound, pack it all up, and just see what's finna happen.
Man, listen, you know how many people I've interviewed that did just that?
We don't do that though.
There is no we. You're not a tree. You can move. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing keeping you in a certain area.
We don't do things like that. Probably tuck off with one of the family members' crib, but like just fresh start, get on the Greyhound. Nah, we ain't doing that.
Yeah, bro, I did that. I moved from the Bay Area to New York. It started all over. I was homeless, sleeping on couches. You know, I had some homies that had a club. I just DJ'd at their club a little bit to make, a few dollars.
It's probably a little different from us though, because at the time we probably big-headed, thinking we too known, so we don't really want to go nowhere. Really don't want to lock in with people.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate because a lot of people with that same mentality end up dying right there. So K.I. gets killed, and then there's a lot of sort of mystery around her death. The police at one point say that King Von was the gunman who killed her.
That's what they say?
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Do you believe that?
Nah.
Because Butta at one point, I think at one point he did say it was King Von, then at one point he said it wasn't King Von.
Can't believe nothing Butta say. You believe 95%. I mean, 95% of what Butta say is a lie.
And I mean, from what I understand, Von and K.I. did kind of hate each other. And they were like talking shit to each other and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Did you know King Von?
I knew of him.
You never met him though?
Nah.
Okay. Around that time, academics started the war in Chirac.
Yeah.
What did you think about that?
I hated his
You hated it?
I hated it.
Why?
Because he was giving... First off, I hated his opinions on our life. And then he was giving certain people credit and for shit they didn't want even doing. He's making people names. He's giving niggas names like Wolverines and Reapers and all this crazy shit.
Yeah, I mean, he did play it up.
Yeah.
And, I've that's my friend. And I've interviewed him tons of times. I've been on his show tons of times. And, he said he regrets what he was doing during the time. And, he doesn't do the war in Chirac anymore. Like, he's moved on from that. But the channel is still up.
Yeah.
He was sort of the first one that really kind of did that.
He don't reach back to none of it. He see how everything played out. He don't reach back to none of these people.
He's interviewed some of these guys.
Interviewed them?
Yeah.
Or like reach back in real life, try to do something with them?
Well, I mean, who really reaches back and tries to do a lot of shit?
You played a big part in this.
You think he played that big of a part?
Hell yeah.
Huh.
He know he paid. He know he did. I know he feels some type of way about it too. That's why he don't even try. He tried to stay away from it.
Well, around that time, I did FBG Duck's first interview.
Yeah.
And I remember in the interview, I think he had already been shot once. I think he got stabbed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He was blitzed, by the way.
He
was drinking lean. By the end of the interview, he was slurring his words. But I, in that first interview, I was telling him he should move away. And just like this conversation, he was telling me like, nah, I'm good. I know how to move.
I don't live in Chicago.
You don't live in Chicago?
Nah.
Well, but
I was saying like I was thinking at the time.
No, but I'm saying, but the same way that at that time you were thinking, at the same time he had that same type of talk. nah, I'm good. I know how to move.
Yeah, for sure. That was all our mindset at that time.
Yeah, like no one wanted to move away. Everyone was set on being where they are. In between the first interview and the second interview, his brother, FBG Brick, gets killed.
Yeah.
You said you met Brick later on. Did you guys become cool?
Yeah.
And, you know, when I talk to, you know, people like Trench's News, you know, you take it all with a grain of salt, of course. But he said that, you know, Brick was like the guy that was really in the streets. Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah, you could say that. He's probably in the streets like before, cause he older.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and Duck was a rapper. He was popular. You know what I'm saying? So you can't get into as much shit when have a face that everyone recognizes.
Yeah, and you that damn big.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When Brick died, how'd you feel?
It was fucked up, cause I was just talking to him before he died. I actually was trying to come outside because of him.
Really?
Yeah. And by the time I made it over there, that's what I bumped into.
Okay, because him and another dude got killed at the same time.
Yeah, his cousin.
Right, exactly. You knew his cousin as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So by this time, you're like almost half a dozen people that you know personally are getting killed right in the same region.
Yeah.
And, you know, I remember when I interviewed Trench's News, I believe today is the 70-year anniversary of Brick's death.
It is?
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah. And I remember my last interview with Trench's News, they're saying that an arrest is about to be made in FBG Brick's murder.
That's fucked up. You gotta take that with a grain of salt too, huh?
You gotta take everything with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, Trench's News is a regular on my show, but you know?
Yeah, you a regular now?
He's been on twice.
Okay.
I mean, that makes him a regular, you know?
That's how you love the Informants, don't you?
Hey, man. He does numbers.
Yeah, for sure. I already know.
You know?
It's content.
He does his numbers. His first interview did huge numbers, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, from your perspective, if the dudes that killed him get arrested and convicted, does that bring any level of closure to you?
Nah, really. Cause you be like, shit, that's crazy.
So you don't care whether they get caught or not?
Nah, man, nah.
And after he gets killed, I interview Duck again. And I think by that time, Slide had come out. And that was like his first big song. He's had songs that were buzzing, but that was the first song that I think really popped.
Yeah.
Did you know Slide was going to be big when you first heard it?
Nah. He had another song on it. It was Gang. You heard Gang?
Yeah.
I thought Gang was going to be the one. Yeah. But then again, when I seen Slide video, I knew what it was going to be. Yeah.
Right. And then off that, I think he got his record deal, right?
Yeah.
So he was the first one of the crew that really got put on.
Yeah, for sure.
How did it feel to see Duck with a deal like that?
Nigga, we made it. That shit was high. We talk about this shit as kids, you know?
Yeah.
And just see him finally get what he need, you know?
Right.
Get where he need to go.
Who did he say? Was it Sony that he signed with, or?
Yeah.
Right. But, I mean, from what I understand, like, he got the deal, but it didn't quite work out the way he had planned it.
Yeah.
What do you think kind of went wrong with that record deal?
To me, what I think was like, they weren't dropping the right music he wanted, and probably weren't dropping quick enough. By the time he was wanting to work on this second project, they weren't really ready.
Okay, because he was trying to get off the deal at one point, right?
Yeah.
Was he completely off the deal, or?
I don't know. That's what they say.
Yeah, because they're saying he's supposed to sign a rap a lot, and
that's what they say.
Some other shit. Yeah,
I'd be lost like y'all, man.
Yeah. That next year, 2018, you dropped a song dissing T Grizzly.
Oh yeah, Shorty.
Okay, and that's actually your biggest song when you look at Spotify.
Nah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard. I definitely be looking at them bitches too. That little check. Oh, damn.
Right. It's called T Grizzly DOA in due time.
Yeah. See, that's crazy. I'm glad Duck got up on that. See, I was actually just recording it, and Duck had just walked in the studio. I knew it was hard when he wanted to jump on it.
Okay. What was the issue with T Grizzly?
I think he had this Duck brother at the time. He dissed Brick.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you're dissing him back,
Yeah.
and you're saying dead on arrival in due time.
I guess that's what the song
That's
was
what
called.
DOA stands for, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever talk to T Grizzly after that?
No, I think that song was so hard, he ain't even want to respond or nothing.
Right.
Cause it got like, it did all them views and streams with no video or nothing.
Yeah.
I think he ain't want that smoke.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, if he disses one of your homies, I guess it's open season.
Yeah. I'm past that though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Duck is still doing his thing, and then he drops Dead Bitches. Did you feel like at that time Duck was beyond songs like that? Or do you think like, nah, like this is the kind of music he needs to be making right now?
It was like 50-50. Cause like, yeah, I did feel like he was beyond that, but at the same time, this is what your fan base wanna hear. This is what they wanna hear.
Okay.
And they weren't accepting the music. He was really like the wave he was trying to go. They was accepting it was doing good, but they weren't doing the numbers that they gang should do.
I mean, yeah. I mean, dissing all your dead enemies on a song will definitely get you way more views than making a love song.
Yeah,
most
for sure.
times.
Yeah.
You know, because you saw that shit extend. You go to like Jacksonville, and you see the whole Fulio, Young and Ace.
They be acting
shit.
bad out there.
You go to the Bronx, you see Bronx Drill, where they're all dissing each other's dead homies and stuff like that. I mean, when you see, for example, like Jacksonville, that's right now kind of the most notorious place for that, just because of the death of Fulio, who I've interviewed.
Yeah.
You know, when you see what you guys essentially started spread into other areas like Jacksonville, how do you feel?
I be soaking it in. Yeah, that's hard. Cause I definitely be paying attention on like how he definitely got a big influence and affected the world.
Duck drops Dead Bitches, and then he's out shopping on the Gold Coast, and the shooting occurs.
Yeah.
When you got that phone call, what were you told in that first phone call?
That he was shot downtown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, he had been shot before.
And a lot of people then called and act like he was shot before.
Yeah, like there was rumors or something. I remember at one point there was like a rumor that he was dead.
Yeah.
He had to go on Twitter and be like, man, I hope your granny's dead. Like, you know what I mean? He was like laughing about it and everything else like that.
Yeah, so that was normal. So the first call was like, yeah, all right. Second call, he was like, oh yeah, we gotta check up on him. Might as well we gotta make it to the hospital now. Yeah.
So you guys went to the hospital?
Yeah.
Was he alive by the time he got to the hospital or no?
I don't think so. They was telling us he was.
Okay. And, you know, for those that don't live in Chicago, the Gold Coast is not the hood by any stretch of the imaginations. This is all like the Louis Vuitton stores, the Fendi stores. This is like the equivalent of like a Rodeo Drive in LA or a Fifth Avenue in New York. Kind of the last place in the world where you expect some shit like this to happen.
Really not really though.
Have you heard of other shootings in that area?
All type of stuff be happening down there. Carjackings, all type of stuff.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you weren't totally surprised.
Not really.
Okay. Well, when you heard about the shooting, did you feel like you know who was behind it at the time or anything else? Like, I mean, were people talking at that point?
No, not really. Like, once you be on the internet, you just, you know, you might see a lot of people laugh at certain shit, get their opinion on anything. So you was real confused on who could have did what.
I mean, out of all the people that were killed at that point, were you the closest to Duck?
Nah.
Well, who were you closest to leading up to that?
I always saying, like...
Yeah, you personally.
Probably, now, my brother, Cash. But I would say probably like, yeah, Duck.
At the time, yeah.
Yeah, Duck, yeah.
So now this is someone, the closest person at that point had gotten killed.
This motherfucker, you probably, you know the people you like, you would never thought, you never think. Yeah.
You know, there was a rumor that King Von put $100,000 on Duck's head. You heard that?
Internet, yeah. I hear a lot of things on the internet. Yeah.
Yeah, and whether it's true or not, nobody knows. But I think there was a video shortly afterwards where King Von was like handing out chains to a bunch of dudes, and some of the dudes were some of the guys convicted.
Yeah.
Of that murder.
I think that's why the whole rumor came about.
Yeah.
Just because of the video.
I remember you and FBG Main, you got into like a whole argument over this situation.
Like a debate, probably?
Debate.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say argument, a debate.
Yeah.
Where I guess Aunt Glizzy had said that Duck's friends should retaliate, and you know, there was a whole discussion over that. Now, me personally, I don't believe in none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, why throw your own life away over a situation like this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that morally it might be the right thing to do, but the law doesn't see it that way. You know, you go and kill someone that killed your friend, they're not going to give you a pass for that. You're going to be doing life in prison.
Yeah.
Along with the dudes that killed your friend. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, explain like what the whole debate was, because was J Main trying to kind of push for that or what?
I think the whole debate was like, he was telling him like, he should be out there, I guess, getting his get back for Duck instead of just be like, turn into a street reporter or an interviewer or something, I guess. Yeah. What do you call it? A blogger, yeah.
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 Well, because a lot of the dudes, I mean, became kind of bloggers, essentially, around that situation.
Yeah.
Trench's News, I remember, I think in my interview, he said that D-Thing paid $5,000 for Duck's location. You heard that?
Nah. When this was? Are you saying like when he got killed?
Yeah, well, before he got killed, yeah.
Oh, no, I never heard that.
Yeah, that's one of the rumors. You know, they're saying that King Von was trying to kill Duck for years, and there was just all this kind of craziness around that situation.
Yeah. That's what they say.
That's what they say.
Yeah. I mean, he went hard to find. He big as hell, and he outside.
But then a few months later, King Von gets killed. Now, you had never actually met King Von.
Nah.
Okay. What did you think about and the situation around King Von getting killed had absolutely nothing to do with you guys at all. This was an NBA young boy, Quando Rondo, Lil Tim.
Yeah.
Just a whole mess of a situation. When you looked at King Von getting killed, how did you feel? Considering the animosity between you guys up to that point.
Like my real like first action thought, I was happy.
You were happy?
I was happy. And then I'm like, shit, look at you. You doing all that trolling, you go out of town and get killed by a goofy. I was happy.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I talked to a lot of people about the situation, and I think ultimately King Von underestimated Quando Rondo. He just thought, okay, I'm just going to go smack him up a little bit because I'm King Von, and I allegedly have all these bodies, and everyone's scared of me and whatever else.
Maybe because like he been around him. He probably already know because he done made him say fuck 63rd and all this, so he probably already know he was a little goofy, but he probably ain't never met Lil Tim.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I talked to Quando Rondo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've interviewed him before. And at the end of the day, you can't underestimate anybody.
Yeah, for sure.
The dude, the most goofiest, scariest dude
Especially
that
in
you
2024.
underestimate. I mean, in fact, the fact that you scare somebody makes them killing you more likely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you make that person feel like their life is seriously in danger, they're going to crash out just out of basic self-preservation.
So,
You know? And I remember Trench's News said that he was relieved when King Von died. He said some people just need to be gone.
yeah, they like really amped him up. Even that response was really like amped up. Like he just terrorizing the whole fucking city. Like after he died, everything was just peaceful or something.
Just suddenly, Chicago became this peaceful, with unicorns and rainbows.
Yeah. Niggas be crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
In FBG Butta, he said King Von was my favorite op. He said he was happy when he got killed.
Same thing, like dumb shit.
Yeah.
People just be amping stuff up, bro. Like, you weren't even looking for that man when he was here. So why is you playing like that?
Well, Butta, he said that King Von hated FBG Wooski the most. And he was Von's favorite op.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that accurate?
Yeah.
What was the deal between Wooski and Von?
Probably like they names.
What do you mean?
They both got big names, so they probably just, ego stuff. I think Wooski like really knew Von though. Like he met Von. Like, Wooski got a big brother from over there, so
okay.
I think he really knew him.
2022, FBG Cash gets killed.
Yeah.
And this is your brother?
Yeah.
Same parents?
Same mom.
Same mom. You guys grew up together? How old was he at the time?
When he got killed?
Yeah.
I ain't sure. Probably like 32.
32.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was 7 years older than you at the time?
Yeah.
Okay. So you had friends killed before, but now your actual brother.
Yeah.
Same mother. Did you guys live together?
We did. Nah, not at the time. Yeah, we did before. Like, we grew up in the same house.
So someone you grew up in the same house with, your older brother, and being the older brother, you look up to him and everything else like that, he gets killed.
Yeah.
What was the situation around that?
How he got killed?
Yeah.
From my knowledge, just out late, being with a female. Yeah.
Okay. And did the female get shot also?
Yeah.
Okay. She survived?
Yeah.
Did you have a conversation with her afterwards?
Nah.
Why not?
I don't even know who she is.
Really?
Yeah.
But you could probably find out. You could pull up a police report.
I mean, like, when after that, it's like obviously she know I'm his brother, so it's like she blocked me instantly, blocked everybody.
Well, I mean, she got shot herself, so it's not like she backdoored him.
I mean, you never know. And then you got everybody trying to figure out what happened, so they hitting her up. So she like, she just got shot. She a female. She probably nervous, don't know what's going on, really.
Where did she get shot?
Think in the arm.
Okay. Was there an investigation around the shooting?
I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was, though.
But nobody got arrested?
Nah.
I mean, well, FBG Duck situation, that ultimately worked out. But all these other murders are essentially unsolved, including your brother. Why do you think in Chicago, and this is still modern times, you got cameras, you got cell phones, you got cars with, video on them and stores with video on them and stuff like that. Why do you think so many of these murders in Chicago are unsolved?
I don't know. I can't even tell you. I don't even know nothing about the murders. Can't even tell you. I think it's like go hand in hand with like, it's life. What would you be without violence?
But it's the police's job to investigate murders.
They don't give no fuck about it.
So you don't think that Chicago police cares at all?
No, especially not with seeing, you see how what's going on the internet. People show guns. People talk about allegedly talk about stuff. And stuff is still unsolved. So I just really think that they don't care.
So because you feel like because they're not household names, that the police aren't putting real resources into it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, if Kanye got shot, whoever did it would be found the next day. You know what I'm saying? But
or if Kanye was out here shooting people,
right,
he would have been found. Yeah,
exactly. But because FBG Cash was known, but not known to the point where like the whole country knows him, and there's like it's not making national news. Do you feel that's the reason why they didn't go and investigate it?
They probably did investigate it though. I'm just saying like 50-50. Yeah, that's probably is the reason. They half-stepped when they investigated.
Okay, I mean, does it bother you that your brother got killed and nobody knows who did it, and whoever did it is walking around right now?
Nah, I got friends that I look at like brothers, look at just like Cash, and don't know who did it.
Yeah, but it's a little different than.
Yeah, it definitely is different. I used to think,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't just say it's exactly the same. But this is someone you grew up in the same house. It's your older brother, same mother.
But like, I grew up with these people at the same house too.
Okay, I feel you.
Yeah, but it is different though, cause I used to think I was numb to like losing a lot of friends, but it's really like how close you was that super affects you.
I mean, when Cash got killed, did you break down and cry?
I was fucked up. Like I ain't go to the funeral. Like I was fucked up.
You didn't go to the funeral?
I was there, but I didn't know how the inside of the room look. I don't know what color the casket. I only knew what shirt he had on because we all had on the same shirt. Like I don't know how he looked or nothing.
How'd your mom take it?
I don't know. I knew how she took it afterwards. I wasn't in the funeral, so I really don't know how nobody took it.
No, but I'm saying before the funeral. Did you talk to your mom?
She was cool before the funeral.
Really?
Yeah, but like after the funeral, she cried herself to sleep for weeks.
For weeks.
Yeah.
Is that the only sibling that you guys lost?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I can't even imagine burying my kids. Like it doesn't even. I can't even get my head around it.
Then I lost my mama a year later.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that your her son passing contributed to her passing away?
For sure.
How so?
That was her favorite boy too.
Really?
Yeah.
So you think she went into a depression and then that caused her to pass away?
For sure.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I don't. I mean, because it's just, it's unnatural to bury your kid. Your kid is supposed to bury you. That's the way life is laid out. To do it the other way is not something a human being should have to go through. You have kids?
Yeah.
You know, imagine.
Got 2 boys.
Yeah, imagine doing that.
I don't even want to.
Yeah, it would fuck you up.
For sure.
I remember after Duck gets killed, I interviewed his mom. Mm-hmm. And that was like the first interview that she did. A lot of people got mad at me over doing the interview. Yeah. But I felt that like it was important to show the repercussions of this life. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, okay, you may not care about your own life, but if you love your mom, this is what's going to happen after you pass. Because Mama Duck was crying throughout the interview. You saw that interview?
Yeah, I seen.
How did you feel when you saw that?
Emotional, because I was still fucked up about even losing them. And then,
Yeah. Did you know Mama Duck?
Yeah.
Okay. So you really got to really feel what that whole thing. I mean, were you upset that I did that interview, or did you think that it was needed to really put out there?
Yeah, I was upset.
You were upset?
Yeah. But it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I just felt that people seeing that might actually think differently about their own lives.
I was thinking that when you said it, I was like, okay, that's a nice way that he put it. Because when I see stuff like that, I just be thinking like, okay, people be thinking about the content.
Nah, man, listen, I can make content all day long.
Yeah.
I got regular guests. Like it's not, I mean, if I know that if certain people come, like I know if I do a Boosie interview, it'll do numbers and everything else like that. So if I want to get content, I can get content. This was very left field for me. I'd never done that before. Mm-hmm. I just felt like I knew Duck to a certain degree. I didn't know him. I wasn't friends with him. We never hung out, but we did 2 interviews.
Yeah.
And in those interviews, there were deep conversations. So I felt I had some sort of connection to him and his family already. So I saw, you know, and the reason I even did the interview was because I saw that after he died, she was on TV talking about it already.
On the news?
On the news.
Yeah.
So when I saw on the news, I said, okay, she wants to talk about it. So that's when I reached out, and that's when I did the interview.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sorry that it upset you. You know, it wasn't just for content though. I had a bigger, you know, I didn't know how many views it was gonna get. It was just like, yo, like let's put this out there and let's really, you know, explain, you know, because I don't think people think about how their moms or dads are gonna get affected.
Nah, they don't. And it'd be crazy to seeing the outcome. Cause like I seen the outcome with my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And most people don't see that though. And with Mama Duck, she had lost a few kids by that point.
For sure.
Brick, she lost I think a baby girl.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of tragedy in her life already. Well, a bunch of time passes, and a lot of people, you know, like in the same way that all these other people pass and it ends up being cold cases, we all kind of assumed that the Duck was going to be the same situation. But then, you know, the feds announced that 6 people were arrested around his murder, which became known as the O Block 6.
Mm-hmm.
When you heard that all those guys got arrested, number one, did you know any of them personally?
Not
a single one.
No.
But you knew of them?
Yeah.
Okay. All the guys that got arrested, did you already know of them, or were some of them like complete strangers?
I knew about 3. The
3
other was strange.
Well, which 3 did you know of?
I knew Muwop. I knew Charles C. Murder. Who else was it? What was the 6?
It was C. Murder, Kenny Mack, Low, C. Thang, Muwop, and Teezy.
Yeah, I think I only knew them 2.
Okay. So they get arrested, and when you look at like how the feds caught them, it was relatively easy. It was like, all right, here's the Gold Coast, here's their car, here's them on camera, here's them going back to O Block.
That was scary.
Here's the cell phone records. It was really like there was no way they're going to beat this case.
Yeah.
When you found out that those 6 got arrested, what'd you think?
No, I was surprised. Cause I told you, like at the time, it was like, you couldn't tell who did it at the time. So many people had so much to say. So when it popped up, I'm like, surprised. Shit was right in front of us the whole time.
Right, and they were, you know, when you go back and look at some of the videos and pictures, like
that's why I say it was right in front of us the whole
lightweight
time.
bragging about it.
Yeah.
It's like they almost wanted the credit.
But I don't see stuff like that. I don't watch them. I don't watch their page. I don't see stuff like that.
But after the fact, when you started
when I started seeing, I'm like, damn, niggas crazy. That was weird. Like, not they crazy, but like they was doing weird stuff trying to get the clout.
Yeah, clout for a murder is something I never fully understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like right now, you know, Keef D is in jail right now for the murder of Tupac.
Yeah.
And people want to get mad at me about it because I did his first big interview, but I try to explain to people that when I did the interview, he had already written a book.
If you don't mind me asking, like, was he getting paid for the interviews?
Yeah, he got paid for the interview.
Niggas be thirsty. They be thirsty for them checks.
It wasn't that much, though.
Nah.
No.
That's
not enough to pay for his lawyer bills. Let me put it that way.
Oh, you probably said it wasn't that much for you. Probably was that much for him.
No, it wasn't that much, just period in life.
How you know that wasn't? That's probably something he needed at the time. You was only source to come and get that check.
Let me put it like this. I doubt that it paid for a month of rent.
You know that, though. But that don't take away from him needing that, his reason of coming and doing things like this.
Well, I'll put it like this. I don't think that he did it just for the money.
Okay.
Okay? Because it wasn't a life-changing amount of money. You see what I'm saying? I think he did it because he wrote a book
And he wanted to
promote the book. And we did promote the book. Like, if you look at those original videos, there's links to the Amazon. And I think we sold quite a bit of copies for him.
That pay for them lawyer fees?
I don't know. I mean, he's still locked up. So, you know, and I heard, you know, most recently, crazy. I think like the police beat him up in a cell.
Why, he was locked up?
Uh-huh. He's like 60-something years old. He's got cancer,
but
I
how'd
believe.
that work if I thought he had immunity?
Well, this is where the gray area comes in, because when you get a proffer agreement, you got to look at the details of it, right? There's certain proffer agreements that are straight up immunity. There's other proffer agreements that are known as Queen for a Day, which means that you could say everything and it won't be used against you. But then if you say it again the next day to someone else, then all that is fair game.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? It could just be just that day.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you could say, you could admit to everything. It can't be used against you, but then they could go and use that information to grab other people. And if they testify against you, then that can be used against you.
That's crazy.
It's a slippery slope. You know, I mean, you're better off just keeping your mouth shut most times. But it's and you know, listen, I didn't think he was going to get arrested. I never wanted to get him arrested. At the end of the day, it was like, well, you wrote a book. You willing to talk about the book? Yeah, okay. Well, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
how you feel about people who saying like, not you the police, but your platform is getting people arrested?
Well, the only time that I've ever heard of my footage being used in anyone's criminal case was Keef D.
Okay.
Everything else is all just rumors and the internet, you know, just how we've been talking about all these internet rumors.
Yeah.
You know, like Taxstone, my interview with him had nothing to do with this case. Casanova 2 times, my interview had nothing to do with this case. ARAB, my interviews had nothing to do with this case. People like to do their little...
I don't know about ARAB. I was saying him going crazy on that.
Look it up.
Yeah.
Look up his case.
Yeah.
Look up his interviews after he got locked up. Did he ever say that... You know, but look at the actual case. The actual case is he had a snitch in his crew that testified against everybody. That's how he got all those years.
Okay.
They didn't look at VladTV interviews and use that to convict him. In fact, none of the stuff he got convicted for had anything to do with what he talked about in those interviews.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? And I'll say that loudly. You know what I mean? Like, this is all going to come out publicly. People can go, you know how the internet is.
Yeah,
they'll go look up the paperwork. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? ARAB was my friend.
How many years he got?
I think like 35 or something. Let me see.
They used to be full of them favorite rap, but I used to be steady hearing them. This nigga trash.
45 years.
Damn.
Yeah, man. ARAB got 45 years. And I remember I interviewed this lawyer named Mo Gangat who went through his case like really carefully.
Mm-hmm.
And what he said was, which was really interesting, was that during his sentencing, ARAB was really angry and was like mean mugging the judge. And the judge said that during his sentencing. Was like, yeah, you know, I could see how you're not taking this seriously and how you're scowling and you're mad and that's why I'm going to give you these 45 years. And you know, the lawyer basically said that if that was his client and he saw this happening, he would ask for a recess and pull him aside and said, listen, like, I know you're upset, but just smile and just you know, pretend for the next 15 minutes because this is going to affect the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because judges can be just as petty as
for sure
me and you. They're just humans. So you go and piss off the judge, he'll go and give you an extra 20 years just to do it.
For looking at him.
Just for looking at him bad. Shit, I've seen it. I mean, I've been in courts and seen the judge talk about, oh, no, did you give me a dirty look? Like, I've heard judges say that.
That's crazy. That's fucked up. That's aggressive.
Yeah, man.
Giving these people that much power.
Yeah. Well, ultimately, on January 17th of 2024, the O Block 6 were found guilty of the murder of FBG Duck.
Yeah.
When you heard, and I believe, have they been sentenced yet? I don't think so.
I don't think so neither.
They haven't been sentenced yet, but from what I understand, it's mandatory life sentences. You're involved in a planned murder.
Yeah.
It's one thing to get into an argument with someone and pull out a gun and shoot them. It's another thing to sit there, make phone calls, make a plan, get into a car, drive somewhere, pull out a gun, shoot someone in front of everybody, then go back. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not getting out of that.
It's a planned hit.
It's a planned hit.
Yeah.
It's not something you could say is manslaughter or anything else like that. Or it's not a slap on the wrist. When you found out that they were guilty and they were facing mandatory life, how'd you feel?
I ain't feel no type of way. I don't wish jail on nobody. It's more so like, that's fucked up that they finna have to go through what they gotta go through.
So you think it's fucked up? So you feel sorry for him?
Nah, I definitely don't feel sorry for him.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah, I just don't wish jail on nobody.
What does that mean, though?
Jail fucked up? You ever been to jail?
Yeah, here and there.
You don't like being there, do you?
No, it's the worst place ever. If some of my enemies were in jail, it would make me feel bad.
It'll make you feel, you said it wouldn't make you feel bad?
No, it would not.
I mean, it don't make me feel bad neither, but I'm not just be like, hey, I'm glad they locked up.
Really?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about them.
So you're not glad that anyone's locked up?
No.
So Dylan Roof, the guy that went into the black church and killed all those people.
Yeah.
Are you glad that he's locked up?
No.
So you want him out there?
I mean, it would have been better if they would have killed his ass.
Yeah.
But like,
a lot of times these guys who get away, Trayvon Martin's killer.
Yeah. Do I want him locked up?
What's
his ass should be dead. Damn, what the fuck? What's his name? Zimmerman.
Yeah, George Zimmerman.
Yeah. I want him dead.
Right, but he's not. He's probably at McDonald's right now having a Big Mac, living his life. I'm just saying. I want him locked up.
Nah, I want him.
I wish jail on him.
I wouldn't.
I wish he would have gotten 20, 30 years for hunting down a kid for no reason.
Shit like that, I wish some motherfucker would have killed him. Dig him up and kill him again.
But most times, these people don't die.
Yeah, that'd be
That's
crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you say, yeah, I don't want him jail. I don't want him to go to jail because, I want him dead. But these guys will lay low somewhere.
Lucky guy. Lucky you. Good for you. But I wouldn't wish he'd be like, hey, he in jail.
So you prefer him to be out than in jail? Because
No.
I wish jail on George Zimmerman.
I prefer him be dead than in jail.
But he's not dead. So right now,
that's out of my hands.
Okay.
But I do prefer his ass to be dead. Not in jail, though.
The old Block 6 are now awaiting their sentencing, but Trench's News pointed out that they could come home through Rule 35. And that's when you work with the government after you've been convicted and actually cooperate on other murders and other crimes. They could potentially come home.
Yeah, he would know.
Right. Well, number one, you know Trench's News.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I knew of him.
Yeah.
I ain't seen them in a long time. You don't really know people no more.
I remember he talked about how FBG Duck and him actually lived together at one point.
Yeah.
And you said that was true.
Yeah, they stayed in the same house. Yeah.
Okay. So they really knew each other legitimately.
Yeah.
He said he was closer to Brick than to Duck. Because I guess he's a little bit older.
Because he low older. Yeah.
Right.
He stayed with me, too. We stayed in the same house, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Did your name ever come up in anything?
And what?
Just in anything that he's talked about or...
Yeah, I don't even know why I'm talking about him now, because he like hate me. So
Why?
like he make up a lot of stories about me. Cause we had like one small situation. So after I had got a DM about him telling me to cash out him some bread, I treated his ass and he just went like on the whole rant. I think it started off the rise and fall of the Clout Boys. That's actually what started his channel.
Well, who are the Clout Boys?
FBG Clout Boys.
Oh, okay. FBG Clout Boys. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. When you found out, so this is someone that you knew, you guys lived together at one point. Now you see him on the stand in the old Block 6 trial. Did that surprise you?
Yeah and no. I actually ain't seen him on the stand, but I was hearing his name come up. Yeah, it surprised me. For sure it did.
Well,
Yeah.
and then once he took the stand, you start hearing about the fact that he was an FBI informant at one point, and it
For
goes
a long
back
time. Long time.
for a
How
long
long it
time.
was?
It was
Since
a while. I mean,
90 what?
potentially 10 years.
It's crazy.
So did you know him at the time
While he
that
was
he was
snitching.
an informant?
Yes. Yes, sir. That's how you answer questions in that bitch. Yes, sir. Nah, I'm just playing, man.
Does that freak you out a little bit, though, that you were hanging out with someone
it's
that was
like-
working with the feds?
It's kind of scary, but like at the same time, I'm way advanced and smarter than what I am. Like I never did really even hung with him for him to even have nothing to tell on me with for. So
Yeah, but still.
yeah, it's scary.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people just make up shit.
And that's what made me more scary.
You know what
'Cause
I'm saying?
I done seen him and another guy who they just be making up stuff and they just got used as credible witnesses. Like, so it's more scarier than like, it's crazy.
Like I'll tell you, I just interviewed Eskino. He used to be part of Rockefeller, right? And he had a situation where he had a manager who was a drug dealer. The manager was caught with a bunch of drugs. This murder happened around them in Philly. The manager went to this guy and said, yo, I know that Eskino killed your brother. And convinced the guy to go to the police and say that Eskino was the murderer in exchange for getting out of his drug case.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? So now Eskino is arrested for murder, a murder that he didn't do, because someone was trying to get out of a case and pinning it on him.
Yeah,
This is the crazy shit that happens
it's scary.
when you're dealing with the feds and you have crimes that you're dealing with, and you got people around you that are potentially doing crimes as well, that it's very easy to point the finger at them and get them arrested even with no evidence.
For sure.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a dangerous game.
It's a dangerous game. FBG Butta took the stand.
Yeah.
Were you surprised at that at all?
Yeah.
Okay. Why is that?
Cause Butta got like a weird guy. Cause he's not like a hoe. You feel me? So like it surprised you, like, you feel me? It's like the new Butta and him taking the stand and him just be saying all type of crazy stuff on these interviews. That's all surprising.
Okay. Well, because Butta, I mean, he's been on my platform twice, I think, three times. And, you know, you talked about how it bothers you that he talks about all these shootings and stuff like that, and you're saying that a lot of them didn't happen.
Yeah. Cause it like one platform he went on and said, "Okay, I killed 5 people." No Jumper, he went on and said 10. Yours, he said 30. When is shit gonna stop?
Well, but Butta was really in the mix, though. Legitimately. He's been shot a bunch of times.
Everybody was legitimately in the mix.
Okay, but well, no, I mean, you've been shot, what, twice?
3 times.
Three
Yeah.
times. Well, what was the third shooting?
Be in the wrong place at the wrong time, somewhere over east.
In Chicago.
Yeah. Not in my neighborhood.
Okay. Same situation, a couple guys came through and just started shooting, or is this different?
Yeah. At that time, I think they just wanted to shoot anybody.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember when Butta did an interview with Cam Capone, he said that he would like to squash the beef with you, but there's a slim chance.
Ain't no beef with me and Butta.
No?
No, it just like, see, when Butta want to talk and when I do talk to Butta, it be a whole different conversation when he be on here on the internet with his antics. I don't got no problems with Butta besides like the crazy shit. I know what he do. Like, okay, him taking a stand and things, all that could have just been, or him saying, "Okay, I did something," it could have been, okay, I get out of jail free card. You could have left it as that. I wouldn't have spoke up and said nothing. But you going on interviews and saying all this and saying all that while it's Ricos and shit going on, that's crazy. Like, that's going back to saying somebody can say something and lie and put you in. Yeah, so I don't agree with that.
Well, I remember when you did an interview with FIB J-Mane, he was originally trying to get you and Butta on the show together.
Yeah.
But you refused.
Yeah, they ain't got enough money, man. They ain't got enough money.
Well, you said, I can't sit with a rat.
Nah.
Who did Butta cooperate on?
A little bit of everybody. You into the paperwork? You ain't checked the paperwork out?
Yeah, and we talked, he kind of...
You actually said, when we first started, that he said Von did this, and then
originally he said that, but then he got on the stand and said a different story. Then he said it was a dark-skinned guy.
But originally, in the first paperwork, he was in the first paperwork,
right? He did
right?
say Von,
okay.
yeah.
So he read it, right?
But then on the second one, he said, no, it was a dude.
No matter if you did that, did this, or did
birthmark.
that, you in that paperwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, can there be a point in the future where you guys sit down and become cool again?
I'm at a point in my life, I just rather stay away from people. I'm good in my life. It don't benefit me to do anything with him. I really don't think about him. I only just talk about him when I get asked about him in interviews.
Fair enough. And you said we're two different FBGs.
We gotta be. It gotta be a whole different FBG. I didn't see FBG, other people was popping up, so yeah, it gotta be.
Well, I interviewed FBG Butta.
Yeah.
You know him?
Yeah.
I remember when I brought his name up to Butta, he said he's not really FBG, he just paid for a verse and then just started using the name.
Yeah, I seen that.
Is that true?
Can't believe nothing. You get just 5% of what Butta said you can believe.
So, is he actually FBG?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys close?
Yeah.
I mean, do you see like FBG, the remaining members and, expanding the members kind of coming up and being a big crew? Or is this something you're not really putting a lot of effort into it anymore?
Yeah. I've been past that. I'm just really I'm really locked in, or more so trying to at least build something new and not have them attached to us, but still help them.
Well, the beginning, wasn't your dad managing FBG?
Yeah.
After Duck passed, your dad got accused of stealing money.
Yeah.
What's that situation about?
No, I just think like people not really knowing the business and then expecting more from it when people die, thinking there's more residuals coming.
Okay. Did you and your dad have that conversation?
No, not really.
Okay. But does it bother you that your dad is being accused of this type of thing?
At first it did. At first it did. I'm passing now, but yeah, when it did come, yeah, cause I was there when he put so much into it, and there was times when the situation wasn't beneficial, and he was just giving just to get us off the streets.
Yeah. And he was like the original manager, right? He's the one that really kind of got involved with you guys.
Yeah, it was like off and on a lot, but like when he started taking it serious, Duck came back and started getting managed.
Okay. Well, they're supposed to drop Duck's final album. It was supposed to drop on August 4th, but
yeah,
it didn't drop.
Yeah.
Is there some sort of holdup because of the state or something like that, or?
See, I actually don't know. That's what I assume, but I'm not tapped in to like that part of the business. So I wouldn't know. I can only assume.
I mean, are you going to be on it?
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I got a couple features that I'm holding with Duck on myself.
So you're going to drop an album?
Yeah, I want to. Duck verses on there still sound timeless. I think I want to get on there and probably update my verse. I rap a little different now.
Okay. And all that's cleared through the state and everything else like that?
We gonna figure it out when it come.
I mean, his mom, Duck's mom, probably owns the estate at this point, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Lil Jay, he's still locked up.
Yeah.
How close were you guys?
We was cool. It was cool once upon a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
After he got locked up, you started seeing some very interesting videos come out.
Yeah.
There's the one with the dude sitting on his lap.
Yeah, allegedly. Your face saying that's him.
Well, I remember talking to 1090 Jake about that, and he said that it has to be him because the footage got pulled based on a violation, because you're not allowed to do that in jail. You can't have dudes sit on your lap and stuff like that. So the way that the footage even got pulled was already tied to his name.
I mean, 1090 Jake, he a super geek with it. He should know how to tap in. If the footage was pulled from a violation, he should know how to get the report of the violation, and it should have his name on there, right?
So you're saying it's not real?
No, I ain't saying that. I'm just saying, like, for 1090 Jake to say something, he should have had that proof.
He stood behind it. He's saying it's legit in our interview.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's legit or not. I think it is, though.
Okay.
Just my opinion.
I mean, look, being gay, just because you're from a certain environment or just because you're into, a certain type of lifestyle, doesn't mean you can't be gay while you're doing it.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with being gay.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to be gay, be gay.
How you pursuing yourself to be.
Right.
So if you acting like you ain't gay out here, then that's where the problems come.
Right, because he's always pretty much denied it.
Yeah.
Do you think he's actually gay or bisexual?
I don't know.
Have you ever seen anything of that caliber when he was out?
My opinion, yeah, I believe it. But like I can't confirm that he's gay.
Okay.
Yeah.
If he just came out and said, "Hey man, listen, I'm gay," or "I'm bisexual,"
wouldn't make me no different. Nigga, what you was waiting on? You should have been did that. You could have been motherfucking Lil Nas X out here.
You'd be like the gangster Lil Nas X.
Yeah. Real Thuglicious.
From the Boondocks?
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that if he came out as gay, do you think that the fan base would accept him, or do you think that...
I know they will, because he got a big, stupid fan base. No matter what go on with him, they gonna rock out with him. So I think it would be more so... Well, not really, but I think that would probably be the better thing for you to be like, yeah, what up? I'm still Chirac Wolverine. Who gonna do something?
Well, didn't he diss you at one point?
Yeah, nigga always dissing me.
Right. He called you the goofiest person from 63rd?
Yeah, that's the craziest thing I ever heard.
Why did he say that?
Just cause like, I don't agree with a lot of shit they do. So they don't agree with nothing I do, you know? Yeah.
Okay, and you responded to him?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
You got niggas in the county sitting on your lap, but I'm the goofiest nigga. It's crazy. You in that bitch. I don't know if you seen other videos in that bitch. Smacking ass, humping on other... He terrorizing them people in there. You the real Wolverine in the county, in the motherfucking boys division. But he in PC. I mean, hey, them the niggas you talking about you was getting down on, hey. You was really getting down on niggas, but... hey.
Well, listen, when I did this interview with Rico Reckless... and he starts talking about Lil Jay, it was really one of the funniest moments. I don't know if you ever saw it.
I don't think I seen it.
Yeah, man, it was like... he's just talking about spooning people in jail. He's talking about Lil Jay pop his head in like, hey, what's going on in here? Like, it was just like the...
yeah, he a bad man,
let me see if I can play that shit. Hold on a second. So we were basically talking about how Tory Lanez was offered like a 4-year plea deal and turned it down, and instead ended up getting the 10. And
Tory, they finna be, man, somebody finna kind of snuggle your last in that motherfucker. He little as hell. Somebody, it's gonna be a big ass motherfucker, bald head, throw a honey bun right on his bed. He finna walk in his head like a honey bun. What is this? The last honey bun he ate in that motherfucker. You hear me? For real.
he gonna be spooning. Like,
right? You know, man. Spoon, that's the proper term. He was snuggle this ass. He gonna be like, man, I hope they don't put this shit on camera. Lil Jay walk past like, what's going on?
Can I get in on this? Y'all need a third?
That's fucked up. You got your name out here, niggas. Yeah.
Hey man, listen. If you want to be gay, just be gay.
Yeah, be gay, be open
You know
gay.
what I mean? Like when you deny being gay, that's where the jokes start.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you can't really make jokes about Lil Nas X, he gay.
You really can though, but yeah, you can't.
But you really can't though.
Yeah, you really can't.
Because he accepts it.
For sure.
He's like, yeah, I'm gay. Look, I'm going to do these gay ass videos and wear these gay clothes, and
Yeah.
you could.
And it's 2024, man. That's what's going on right now, especially on the internet.
Yeah.
He'd have been lit. He probably
Yeah.
got all them plaques Lil Nas X got.
Shit, he might get a song with Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
Think about it, a little collab.
Yeah.
Get Elton John on the hook. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man. This man crazy.
Lil Jay got out and then he went right back in, like a few months later, right?
Yeah.
Did you tap in with Jay when he got out?
Nah, man. I went tapping in with Jay for a long time. I talked to him when he got out, but not like I was on a FaceTime call with Cash, and Cash had added him in.
Huh.
And then I got out. Boy, what you? I think who he's on? Say Cheese. Boy, what you say that weird shit on Say Cheese? He hung up. So like I had like 30 seconds talking to him, but I don't really like talking to Lil Jay. I want to talk to him before he was locked up.
Okay.
He was weird.
Yeah, I mean, I think when dudes are in the closet, I think this is when you just.
A lot of that shit started playing out though. It started like making sense though, like cause like back then he was a person who would get off drugs and just be like wilding out, beat a bitch up or something like. So when you start looking like playing like, oh yeah, that nigga was gay this whole time. He was just an act. He'd get high and just get over tough, but end up beating a bitch up or something at the end of the day.
Yeah, beating up women.
Smack a bitch or something. He might smack through niggas, but like more so a female he's showing that on.
I mean, have you done jail time?
Yeah, I've been to jail, but not really though.
Okay, Cook County?
Yeah.
Rico Reckless, when he did the interview with me, he talked about the Glock Dookie.
Yeah, I ain't heard about that. I hear about it though.
Yeah.
Not when I was in there, yeah.
You never seen a Glock Dookie?
Nah.
He also talked about Savage Life.
Heard about it too.
That was the most disturbing shit I heard. I mean, Glock Dookie's pretty bad, but Savage Life is even worse.
Glock Dookie is crazy too, but Savage Life is gay as hell.
Yeah. Basically talking about knocking a dude out, pulling his pants, and spitting in his ass.
Open the booty up and spitting this shit.
Open the booty up.
Put your lips by shit, spitting this shit. Good aim.
Yeah, it's really disgusting, actually.
That's gay. Nasty.
Don't go to jail, kids.
But that's why I say, like, I don't wish jail on, because, like, their head to get so fucked up, but they coming up with new shit like that.
To violate you.
It's crazy.
Yeah, you want to see George Zimmerman get knocked out and have someone spit in his ass?
If you put
I would.
If not really want to see it, but I love to hear about it. I love to hear about it. seeing them get
I would love to hear about that shit.
Is crazy.
Like,
Black.
remember the dude that killed George Floyd? Or what was the cop's name that killed George Floyd? Derek Chauvin.
Yeah.
A Mexican stabbed him up. Remember that? I didn't have a bad day that day.
It'd be different. So like me wishing him there, it's crazy. But him getting stabbed in there, I love that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm glad that Derek Chauvin got stabbed up in prison.
Yeah.
I'll say it publicly. I'll even interview the dude that stabbed him. I want a stab by stab story, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Say about the fourth stab. Okay, so
yeah,
stabbed him in the leg that one time.
I ain't hear that though, that he got stabbed up in there.
Yeah. Yeah. By a Mexican dude on I think it was like a Martin Luther King's birthday or some shit. Like it was like a symbolic gesture.
Man, that's hard. And then when you hear about stuff like that, it don't never really be the black guys that be handling the business.
The Mexicans, man.
Yeah.
Mexicans putting in work. In fact, when Nipsey Hussle got killed, Shitty Cuz who killed him, I remember, if you remember during the trial, he showed up with a huge black eye. That was a Mexican that hit him in the eye.
So
Tell me, man, Mexicans, whatever beef the blacks and the Mexicans have been having needs to just, I feel like they've done enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
to wash the board clean. You know, between stabbing up Derek Chauvin and beating up the guy who killed Nipsey.
They got motherfucking 6ix9ine too, didn't they?
They got 6ix9ine. Exactly. The Latin Kings.
Been standing on business.
There you go. The Mexicans have been putting in work, man.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to tip your hat. You know
I
what
fuck with them.
There you have it. So what do you have coming up next?
Me and Dutchie working on a project, and then in between time, just really dropping singles, trying to catch a hit, getting better on my videos, putting time and creation into my videos. I just be shooting running guns, really.
Yeah, I mean, you never know when you're gonna get a hit.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, when you first heard Slide, you didn't think that was the one, and look what happened. That became his biggest song. I mean, next to Dead Bitches, unfortunately.
And I'm trying to tap in like with more gimmicks, 'cause like gimmicks sell stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You work with other artists?
Do I do what?
Are you working with other artists?
Yeah, I'm tapping into that. Yeah, I got some features coming up. Cause the reason I sit back, like at first I did, but I sit back and like saw people play their part. And it's like more beneficial to go choose this side to be with our side. So I really stopped trying to tap in with people. Like artists I did fuck with, really listen to, and then look up, they done said some shit off the fact that they fuck with this side. And they had no involvement in nothing. So I really stopped tapping into people because I really know that they be already choosing their side.
But do you think that a lot of that is really that deep? Like a lot of this internet shit, you know, like I've beefed with lots of people online, and then we get on the phone and we laugh it off. And we go and actually get some work done together. That's happened lots of times.
That's different, man. It's different when you like really in the field. It can get crazy out there. Just a simple internet beef can just get crazy.
For example, you look at LA, which we're here right now in LA. In the 90s, Crips and Bloods could not work together on any level.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? If you were DJ Quick, you couldn't work with any Crips like that. If you were, you know, MC8, you couldn't work with Bloods. And then time passed. Then you got people like Nipsey and YG that started working together and actually made it a point. I remember when I interviewed Big U, who put a lot of this stuff together, was like, Nipsey made it a point to try to unify LA. So he would do videos with people like YG, who was a Blood. And like, they would carefully go through the videos and be like, okay, take this scene out because it's got so-and-so's name crossed out in the background, or, you know, so-and-so's neighborhood with an X through it. Like, that's gonna piss them off. So let's just take that scene, let's just fuzz it out or just take that out and carefully try to put this together. And you fast forward to 2024, and I feel like in LA, you don't really have gangs not working together because of their gang affiliation.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So do you think at some point in the future, Chicago rappers, GDs, BDs, will kind of just put that shit aside and say, look, there's a lot of money out here. And all this stuff in the past, because most people don't even know what the beef is over. You know what I mean? Like, you're just told, well, you should like these people because they affiliate themselves with this. Do you think that at some point in the future, it could be like LA where it just doesn't matter anymore?
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. It's all about like growing up and going through stuff and changing your mindset. So yeah, it's possible.
Do you feel like Chicago's gotten, you know, over the last 5 years, gotten better, worse, or is it about the same?
Well, it got worse.
How so?
The affluence, just the whole affluence that it got on the world in Chicago is just like everything got advanced and amped up times 10. The antics online, the ammunition, the no is no extent to how far you'll go with things now.
Yeah, I mean, it's too bad. Because it wasn't like this, you know, I mean, 10, 15 years ago before social media was what it was like, all right, if I want to do...
Like, not to cut you out, but eventually, like, things either phase out or die off eventually. And then that situation probably die off or phase off, but then similar situation come pick up like the new generation. It probably don't be the same thing that y'all had going on, but it's the same outcome of what's going on in the streets.
You know, like for example, I had Butta on here recently, and we talked about Bloodhound Lil Jeff.
Yeah.
And Jeff was claiming 10 bodies, and he got shot 12 times. And what Butta said is that King Vons don't last. So he basically said you got a guy like Lil Jeff that was trying to use the King Von blueprint.
Yeah.
In his come up, and his life got cut short over that situation.
Yeah.
And do you think that a lot of young guys in Chicago are trying to do that?
Yeah, for sure. That's basically what then everybody doing in Chicago, but half of the times I feel like they die out faster because they just jumping into something, they don't know the steps of it. They just like, okay, jumping in and go off to diss songs and still gotta catch the bus or still gotta ride and catch the Uber and
yeah.
stuff like that. So they don't really know like a lot of things can affect you with going that route. Especially when you ain't got everything taken care of already. You still a kid. When you first starting off anyway, you still living with your mama. You probably ain't got no money. You gotta take these buses. You fucking with these hoes that fucking with these other people. So it's all stuff could play out. But they not knowing this at the time though.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I went through and counted 19 people I interviewed died in their 20s, 30s.
Yeah.
All of them black. All of them died by gunshot. You know, except for one, Draco the Ruler, who got stabbed. And it was depressing, man. This was after Fulio got killed. So I said, let me go through and see how many people I've actually, we've been doing it for 16 years.
All artists?
Yeah, all rappers.
Yeah.
And it was depressing, man. It was like, damn, like, I'm older than all these guys. Like, I got to live my life longer than all these dudes that we interviewed. And they didn't get to experience getting to my age. Although a lot of them were way more popular and, you know what I'm saying, had a lot of potential. Had fans, had, a good income. And a lot of them, almost all of them died in their own neighborhoods.
For sure.
A lot of them even talked about dying in their own neighborhoods. And it's just, it's depressing, man. It's not something, that's just natural.
Yeah. It's life, man.
It's life, yeah.
Especially when you stay in that environment long enough. You like us as males, or I wouldn't even say as males, but like every day coming out of our house is like we risking our life or knocking on the door of the penitentiary or something.
Yeah, I mean, there were times where I lived in the hood, where I was broke, and as soon as I can get out of there, I got out of there. I remember coming out of the house feeling like it was, it was dangerous outside. I remember coming off a train once, living in Brooklyn, and some dudes threw a bottle at me coming off the train, and then the next day I'm coming out of my house.
And you had nothing to do with nothing, so
I didn't have
like,
nothing to do with nothing. Yeah,
yeah.
But the next morning, I'm going down the street, and I see the same dudes on the block. And it's just like, man, I need to get the fuck up out of here. Like, I can't. A bunch of pointless beef with some dudes I don't know because they were drunk, and you know what I mean? Yeah. I looked like an easy target, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it was too much for me. I just went and moved to some square-ass neighborhood out the way and called it a day, man.
Yeah, for
sure. But I didn't have to look over my shoulder coming out the house.
Yeah.
It's just it's a nasty way to live.
Yeah.
It's a stressful way to live, and it causes you to do shit out of character yourself just because out of fear that someone might do something to you first. You know what I mean? Just like the simple fact of just putting a gun on you.
Yeah.
And you don't have a carry permit. You get pulled over, and now you got a gun charge. You didn't even do anything, but you're worried that someone might do something to you.
Now you put yourself in
Now you have a gun that's probably illegal. You almost definitely don't have a concealed carry. And then that's a charge right then and there.
And you definitely don't want to be in jail where there's no guns and they gonna be on your ass for nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, FBG Young, man, I appreciate you coming in.
Appreciate you having me.
I wish you all the best, man. Listen, you're 28 right now.
Yeah.
You got kids.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't think, I know you don't live in Chicago.
I'm better living, Vlad.
Yeah.
I ain't 100% just said fuck this shit, but I'm better living. I ain't stuck and stupid though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because let me tell you, a lot of people I've told that I've tried to share my advice, and I feel like they look at me and say, well, you don't know what you're talking about because you don't come where I come from. I remember me and Polo G got into it over text, and I was like, let me give you some advice. He's like, fuck your advice. I would never take advice from you because you have no idea where I came from. And it's like, yeah, but I've been around
For sure.
for more than twice the time that you've been here.
You got common sense, don't you?
And I've seen dudes like you over and over again who feel like it's not going to happen to them, and it happens to them. The gun charges and this and the that.
Yeah.
And I don't want this to happen.
But you like saying I told you so though, huh?
I don't like to say I told you so. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I do not. I do not. Because what does that accomplish? The person's gone. It just means that I wasn't, whatever I said wasn't powerful enough for them to actually internalize it.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? It means that maybe I should have used some different words. Maybe I should explain it a little bit differently. Or maybe I should have gotten someone that maybe they'll heed that advice a little more, because I'm 51, man. Like, being my age is great.
I don't know why people think you ain't so tapped in, or you just not in touch like you is. Like you ain't been around.
I mean, I never grew up in the hood. I mean, when I was a kid, my parents lived in the hood. I'm saying at one point, but I was a young kid at that point. I grew up middle class. But I've seen things over and over again happen. And you see the patterns, and you see the mentality, and you see people's refusal to accept that it'll probably happen to them. And they always think, well, it won't be me, or I'm going to be smarter, or I'm not going to end up like this person, or I know how to move. And you keep hearing these things over and over again. And then you see people like the Chief Keef that say, fuck that. I'm just going to go to Calabasas where I don't have any enemies.
Yeah.
You see people, move to Vegas and say, I'm cool. You see, people that just say, because when you look at all these crimes, they're almost always crimes of opportunity. You look at Fulio. He died in Florida. He's on Instagram talking about, I'm having a birthday party, DM me for the address.
Yeah, crazy.
One of the girls at his party.
Allegedly.
There is no allegedly. She's arrested.
Allegedly, though.
Well, she hasn't been convicted.
Yeah.
But allegedly, she was at his party and she texted his ops who showed up and killed him.
Loose.
Now, if he wasn't in Florida within driving distance of his enemies, if he was having his party in LA.
Shit could happen in LA too.
Not in the same way.
It really can. It can happen anywhere. It can really happen in LA too. It's people get around.
Pop Smoke got killed in LA. PNB Rock got killed in LA. But those were robberies. Those were not their ops. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Your ops, the people who really hate you, that have known you for 10, 15 years, and you fucked their girlfriend, and their baby mother's listening to their music and pissing them off.
You done got so successful, now you taunting them, you coming back.
Boosie calls it hypnotized with hatred. Boosie moved out of Baton Rouge and went to Atlanta. He saw what was coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, your ops are not going to catch a plane flight and go find you somewhere in a different state. They're not going to try to get that plane, they're not going to get on a plane with a gun. They're not going to try to go to some other state and get a gun from somebody and then try to figure out where you are at the mall or whatever else. No. Just like FBG Duck. Yo, he's downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like, how far is it from O Block to downtown?
Like 15 minutes.
15 minutes. See what I'm saying? If he was in a different state, he'd be alive today.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean, man. Like, I hate seeing these patterns. I hate to see this over and over again. And, you know, I take no pleasure in saying I told you so. When a person dies, it's not like the footage becomes more valuable or anything of the sort. Like, you know what I mean? Like, footage becomes more valuable if the person becomes a bigger and bigger celebrity and does more and more shit. You know, and creates more timeless music or timeless art or whatever else. That's when footage becomes more valuable. Someone dies at 23, and you have an interview by him, nobody wins. You know what I'm saying? Like, their life gets cut short, and you have something from someone that never achieved their full potential. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? FBG Young, man, appreciate you coming in. Wish you all the best.
For sure. Appreciate you, bro.
That's what it is, man. Peace.